I'm on 3D print crazy mode. I got something printing right now, actually. This is actually a game that I backed on GameFound, I think. So it's a miniatures game, but it's also a card game. So it's like Magic and Warhammer had a baby, but it's also like you have like your play mat, but your cards, when you summon a creature, you summon the model and they move around on the board. But you also have like sorcery spells and stuff that you can use to like buff them and stuff. And then you still use like a D20 for fighting. I don't have the cards yet because it's game bound. But they gave me the STLs for printing, and I bought all four factions. All four factions had 25 different models. I'm about 70 models into it. We got about another 30 to go. Oh, we're live? Oh, well, hello, WFF world. I hope you all are doing well, as Watkins yells at his children. It is me, TJ, if you haven't seen any videos and you happen to stumble upon this. And that is Watkins, your faithful commissioners. Say hi, Watkins. I can see that you're wearing the jersey that the the who was it? The Salary Simulation bought you. Yeah, we made a whole different Discord section, and they were talking about it. And since I'm the only one who actually knows you, I decided that I would send it your way once we figured out what we were going to do. There was talk of strippers. I had to turn that down. I didn't want you to get in trouble and kicked out and not be able to do it. So let's see it. Or not. I have a trade out for him in Prime that he's ignoring. Little turd. Team Worthless. Does it actually fit you? Awesome. It's a jersey. I always I wear my jerseys at 2XL. Like I wear my yeah. Like I'm an XL T-shirt, double XL, like for like big sweaters and jerseys and stuff. So you got a bit of a gut, and you sit at home all day, so I figure you still had a bit of a gut. All right then. Yeah, you're not on a boat anymore. Yeah, but when you did that, you were like 100 pounds. It was crazy. So just a few points of order before we get started, I guess. RJ Dube, you're on the clock again. Please don't make it 24 hours again to pick your pick. I would like to start round 3 today. Um, Deputy starts tomorrow. United still doesn't have a time. Well, 77 days. It was full. Oh, we lost somebody though, didn't we? Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. Um, I mean, I guess I will. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. So we got which one is it? Here is Prime's first ring, and here is Prime's second ring. All for SMA sucks. They're all both very light blue. Let's change that up this year, guys. I'd like to do somebody else's ring this year. He's going to turn into the Tom Brady of the league very soon here, just holding up rings on all his fingers. Um, Points of order. You said you needed somebody in United still. Do we need anything else anywhere? Salary simulation. Salary simulation should be winding down here soon. Salary cap IDP is still going on for some reason, even though I've checked out of that about a month and a half ago as well. Apparently, Prime sure. I didn't even know there's still players left. Honestly, at this point, I figured they were. Jesus Christ. Well, hopefully that gets done and we can actually draft before the season starts. Uh, what about Vampire and Champions leagues? When do they start? Did you figure up? Did you figure out? Did you figure out lineups and the buy-in for champions? Full voted. Okay. Uh, okay. 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 It, it has been brought up again. Our prime 5 year anniversary attempt at a live draft, which will turn into about 10 people just being there and seeing each other, hopefully, which I'd be cool with. I'm cool with that. I'll bring laptops. It's great. We got our phones. It's all good. Yeah, I mean, you just cut it down to a minute. Everybody's got your notice. Um, so I I was thinking of a city, kind of heartlandish, but it's also, you know, when you think of football, you think of it. You want to guess? I've said it like 8 times. I was thinking Canton, Ohio. I mean, you could just fly to my house and then I could just drive us there. Probably about 8 hours. Nah, I've made that drive tons of times. I've never been to Cleveland, but I've been to Cincinnati, been through Columbus, been to Pittsburgh. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's probably at most like an 8 hour drive. I figured we'd go there and see each other on like a Saturday at a bar or something and hang out. Get to actually know some people, um, some real names. I think the only ones I know are my uncle, you, and Bus name. Yeah, so yeah, it'd be cool. I would be happy if 10 make it. I'd be thrilled if 15. 'Cause that's half the prime. So yeah, see, that's how that works. That's right. Other than that, what is there to talk about? What's new? What have you been up to in the leagues other than draft? Um, I guess the good thing about it is simulation. Once it's done this year, should not be this bad from here on out. So, I mean, you're gonna have players like for me. I've got Josh Allen for the next 7 years. There are tons of players who got 5, 6, 7 year deals in that league. So yeah, yeah. Kicked off the kickers in United, which I didn't even notice, which is good. I'm so tired of seeing my kicker in there. Mm, yeah, that's gonna be fun. At least you got 3 months to do that. So, um, yeah, don't run yourself out of steam. So, yeah, you probably should. Um, yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think there's one league I'm not in. And I see 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. So 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so that would be 10 that I'd be in. I don't even know which one I'm not in. Yeah, probably. I'm sure eventually, given enough time, someone will quit that one and I'll be in there. So, as is tradition. Um, so, I mean, we really kind of came in this without knowing exactly what we're going to say, but I kind of would like to go over maybe the all- our 332 team leagues and see what your plans and my plans are for these teams and what we're hoping for. Okay, we'll start with an easy one for you. We'll go ahead and drop down a deputy league. That one that one's drafted in 19 hours, and I know you've got some draft picks in there. Oh, you want me to share my screen? I can share my screen. Hold on. Excellent. All right. So yeah, here we are. You want to see your team or my team? We'll start with you. So let's see here. Who is your best player right now? Probably. Uh, yeah, yeah. Your best offensive player is DJ Moore. Was it Rondale Moore or David Moore? Okay, never mind. I retract that statement. But yeah, let's look at these picks. Let's see here. You got one, two, three, four firsts. One, two, three, 4 seconds. One, two, yeah, yeah. One, two thirds. One, two, three, four fourths. One, two, three, four, five, six fifths. So you've got about 20, 20, 21. Hmm, hmm, hmm. So, I mean, what's your plans? What's your expectations, I guess I should say? And with your draft this year, what's your expectations? I'm not saying I'm not, no, I'm not saying who you're trying to. I'm just saying, like, after you do draft and you've got your team, and comparing to your 3 division opponents, how do you okay. You've also got the Carolina Kitties, who were the worst team in the league last year. It looks very similar to the NFC South End Prime, actually. There's 2 really good teams, 2 really bad teams. As for me, being down here with the, yeah, the Oklahoma City OnlyFans, I was probably one of the best teams there up until week 7 or week 8. All my guys started getting hurt. Yep. Um, so I don't expect myself to do as good this year or probably the next year or the year after. As you can see, I have 1 pick so far this year. I've got 2 picks next year, and I've got 5 picks in 2027, so which wouldn't be bad. I mean, if you look at my defensive players, I've got Crosby, Campbell, Singleton, Jules, Spillane. I've got great defensive backs as well. It's a pretty stacked defensive team. But on the offense, he's not going to produce like he did last year. Yeah, he's getting a bit older. I'm hoping he still turns out to be like the number 2 option for Carolina. But yeah, that's my fear. And then, I was hoping, once Thielen retires, that Coker would still be there. Yoshi Voss is what still probably the 3rd receiver in Cincinnati. I got the best tight end probably in the league. Um, Traylon Burks isn't where he used to be. I've got Cortland Sutton as well, who should be okay, but I don't have a quarterback. I've got I've got 5. I mean, I've got 5 or so, but none of them are going to be starters. Yeah, that's where it's going to suck. Yeah, with what? Yeah, okay. So yeah, my quarterbacks right now are Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, Desmond Ritter, and Kyle Trask. So um, I mean, once Pat Mahomes gets hurt and is out for the year, Gardner Minshew will save me again. So yeah, and on my bench, there's not really much better. I mean, he doesn't have a team. He was not tendered. That looks like a mugshot too. No, I think I actually traded for him once he went to Vegas because I had Minshew and O'Connell, and I was like, well, there's going to be 3 quarterbacks there, and I don't know which one. And then yeah, so yeah, um, I'm still kind of hoping Trask is the quarterback of the future for Tampa, but yeah, Baker Mayfield's also probably I think what another 2. I mean his contract I think is only like 2 or 3 more years, but still, quarterbacks go forever, man. They go till they're 38. So anyway, my hope is that Colorado doesn't improve and San Diego don't improve. They're kind of middle of the pack last year to at least get back into the playoffs. But we'll see. I don't know how many draft picks they have. Yep, he's got a first, 3 firsts. Okay, so San Diego may be a bit of a and he have you heard from him? Yeah. Okay. Uh, yeah. So, yeah. It's all Chiefs for the most part, and whoever the players. I don't even know if they were trades. They probably were just free agents that signed over. All right. United. There you are. You're the Colts over here. It looks like you were kind of middle of the pack. Um, so you got Sam Laporta. Let's see here. I mean, like it looks like you got all your picks and then some. So Okay. Oh, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Is that your plan to try and squeak into the playoffs this year, or are you gonna try and as for me, I am the St. Louis Bills Mafia in this league, which you give me hell for because it's not the Bills. Whatever. Sue me. Um, the my division is actually really weak. You can see the Jets won it, and then they lost in the first round. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not great. Yeah, my team was horrible. I took it over last year. Traded pretty much everybody. Yeah, I traded pretty much everybody out and got a whole bunch of draft picks. Yeah, yeah. Well, I traded for May. I drafted Tracy, drafted Coker. Um, I drafted him too, but whatever. Uh, I don't. I drafted Lob, which now looks like that might not be much of a pick, but yeah, yeah. There's a few defensive guys in there as well. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. So this is yeah. Where do I have a comp pick at? Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, but I mean, got it. Okay. Yeah, so I just traded for a lot of picks. I've got the 103, which I just traded out. Actually, traded back gentleman's agreement. To point. I mean, I still got 2 seconds out of it and a first. So, like I said, personally, I, the way I feel about it is, it would have been different if like there was a huge, if it was like next year's quarterback class. Yeah, like I, I'm not going to compete this year. I would be very surprised if even if somebody who was the first overall pick didn't pick Hunter in a league that has IDP. It would shock me beyond belief. Um, just because of just even the thought that it could, he could play on both sides of the ball. I mean, could you imagine? Could you imagine a defensive back like scoring wide receiver points? Like, it's just nuts. Yes, there are. It might actually be on the other side. DB having DB point scoring as a wide receiver. Like under like Cisco. You know? Yeah. what you're going to get out of it is if he plays a defensive back position, he's going to be more consistent than a wide receiver. Because most wide receivers are either going to have 18-point days, 3-point days. If you have that defensive back who's doing as well, they're going to be 10 points minimum pretty much every single week. So it would surprise me if he wasn't. Um, so yeah, I moved back. There's just not a lot in here that I was like super impressed with in terms of players. I know Tetra, you like him. I don't like the fact that he went to Carolina. Um, there's a there's a I think there's just a lot of young wide receivers there. I mean, they did trade out what's his name to Dallas, but uh, yeah. I mean, they did trade Mingo. That's who I was thinking of. But they also still have their first round pick from last year, who was a wide receiver. So yeah. So okay. I mean, so to me, I mean, I'd rather just have more bodies, especially with the way my team is structured right now. Yeah. So my my plan is probably to be draft position number 10 at the end of this year. Still probably not making the playoffs, but not a prime. You you have no picks. You have no why? Uh, you have no picks this year, Watkins. Um, I mean, let's look at your team here. Well, I do like your offense. And Brock Purdy just signed an extension, so he's going to be the quarterback of the future for the 49ers for sure now. Yeah, yeah, you really don't have much depth. You have your best backup is Boyd at wide receiver. He's not even on a team. Oh, he's unlikely to return in 25. So yeah, uh, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of a fan of his as well, but I don't know. Cephas is probably going to get more reps than Atwell, but we'll see. Um, so you think that you will still hit the playoffs this year? Okay. My team got old real quick, so I tried to trade it out as much as I could for draft picks. Um, from being the best team in the league the first year to uh, the fourth pick overall, but not even having my first round pick kind of sucks. Um, that's okay because I have two first round picks next year. Um, and I have oh yeah, I've got like six fourth round picks, and you didn't like that. Ah, so my thought process on it is he's not going to score a lot of points this year. But once Hendrickson moves from Cincinnati, he's going to start there. I think I think Stewart is going to end up being one of those better overtime guys. He didn't have great college stats, but he has great physical attributes. I'm not again, I wasn't drafting for this year. I am on the Arch Manning plan, okay? My plan is to be the worst team in this league again this year, not fourth, but absolute dog trash. Um, Let me look at the draft. Oh, no, I think they drafted Shuck expecting him to be their quarterback. And if Shuck was still available, oh, we'll see. I would have drafted him if he was there, but I think I had the 210 traded back, and I think he got drafted at 209 or 208. Um, so yeah, I'm on the Arch Manning sweepstakes for next year. Uh, Man, let me go through this here real quick. Probably the Jets. You don't think so? Who's the quarterback right now? Okay. Well, that's not good. Yeah, he threw for like 115 yards a game. Well, too bad there's 17 in a season. Um, and also it's the Steelers. The Steelers are always going to go 9-8. That's like their destiny. They they could put the worst quarterback ever known to man, back there and end up 9-8 still somehow. Um, which is probably why they didn't really draft a quarterback this year. Um, I don't know, and the biggest reason is because the NFC South isn't strong. They could theoretically win a few games from their division rivals, and they're playing, and that's 6 of their games. I mean, they're not gonna win all 6 of those games, that's not what I'm saying, but they will be in those games, and they could win those games. And they have a good defense. So, I mean, the Jets are possible. Yeah, I don't think it's the Seahawks. I don't think it's the Seahawks. Now you got me here. I don't think the Giants will be the worst team. They'll be bad, but they won't be the worst team. Um, I'm gonna go with the Jets. Could be the Browns. Could be the Colts too. Colts are in bad shape. Of course, now we're gonna go through this, and someone's gonna be like, "Oh, you stupid idiots! The Colts traded their first round or something like that." Not even thinking, I mean, so yeah, those are gonna be my two picks. Would be the Colts or the Jets. And the funny thing about it almost makes sense for the Colts It almost makes sense for the Jets too, I guess, because he's a Manning. So New York, Indianapolis, the Mannings. Um, yeah, and that too. I mean, even like, I mean, the worst team, worst team could be the Bears again this year, and they're not going to draft a quarterback. So, okay, you got fourth place again. They might beat the Vikings. They might beat the Vikings. If you think they're going to beat the Lions or the Packers in record, I'm sorry. Ah, quarterback, running back, tight end. They drafted those two guys last year or the year before. Cole Kmet didn't do anything. It was a good argument for wide receiver. Offensive line. Let's see here. Let's just pull them up and see here. So they got Jordan Love. Josh Jacobs is a better running back than what you got. Um, Christian Watson probably doesn't play this year. I don't think Luther Burden's actually. I don't think so. I don't. Okay, okay, okay. Fine. You got tight ends. Jesus Christ. You got a better punter. You have a better punter. I'll give you that. Um, I don't know. I don't. I would say their linebacker scores. And okay, how, how about head coach? I don't know. We'll see. I still think the Bears end up beating maybe the Vikings. It really just depends. I mean, I think the Vikings take a step back this year. I don't think the Bears took a big enough step forward to be second in that division. Okay. Yeah, I mean, my Jaguars are gonna win everything anyway because they've got the best wide receiver and cornerback now in the world ever. I I am not I am not hyped on Hunter. I don't know. I'm not super high on Higgins. So let's see. We'll see. But yeah, so my plan on this league is to suck again. If I have good players that I happen to draft, they're just going to go on taxi. Yeah, because my tight end and one of my wide receivers are probably not playing at all this year, so that's going to help. Um, and I mean, I still got some good defensive players, and I've got Chase Brown. That's it on my offense. So I've got Chase Brown. I don't have a quarterback. Chase Brown is not a backup. He is not. Look at these points that he 26, 21, 19, 19, 24, 26, 13, 13. Yeah, he is not a backup. Totally not a back. You know what? Let's do this. Players. You've offended me now. Stats. Running backs. Fantasy points. He's only been in the league one season. I, I don't count his rookie. You never don't count anybody's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Top 10 running back last year. Top 10 running back last year. Sometimes those aren't numbers are off. Um, sometimes let's do this. Let's see here. What did Zach Moss do? Oh, he scored 81 points. Okay. He did. He ran 1/3 of the amount of times as Chase Brown did. Uh, no, he scored less than a third. 80, 160, 240. He scored 260. You're not winning this argument, damn it. I'm pointing at you with my mouse right now because I can't point at you. This is the whole. This is the whole Andre Cisco ordeal again. Well, you know who doesn't? Whoever has him in fantasy, because he sucks in fantasy. I, why is my caps on? Let's see here. I don't. Thrawn. What did he do? 140, 152. I mean, that's fine. What did I get for him? I don't even remember. A third round pick for him? Yeah, that was bad. Good job, Zach Attack. That's not even here anymore. I know. I think some point, maybe not this year, but next year, we need to do some kind of comp- listening to me? We need to do some kind of competition in prime. I want to do the OGs versus the newbies, and only OGs are going to be from day one. I don't care if they picked up halfway through the first season, they're a newbie. I want to do some kind of like I don't know, some kind of like competition, like see which side gets more wins. Not like we'll win anything, but I think it would be kind of fun to keep track of. So these three have Jersey, Joey, Edge, Kyle, Buff, SMA, Mill, McDowell, Nevitz, Chad, GR Dube, Stopper, Erickson, Saquon, RJ Dube, me, Cash. Naylor was actually, I think he took over. There's a way to figure this out. Yeah. Boltzpie wasn't. He's actually a newbie. He took over for someone. All right. With that, I need to eat my food. It's getting cold, and we've been on here for like. I'm hungry. My dog's hungry. I You wanna go through that again? I'll count, because if it's close to 16, that'd be sweet. 2022, who signed then? Yes, not counting the first time we started and then nuked the league, but when we restarted it. Yeah, yeah. 14. Wow, almost half. Who? Hmm. I don't think you mentioned Chad either. I don't remember who he took over for. I knew that. Homer's not even in this league anymore, is he? Yeah, okay. I was gonna say he's in some of our others, but it's pretty sure he left the 32 teamers. Yeah, I knew he came in before the season started. Huh. I actually can't remember a lot of people that were replaced. Like, uh, pretty sure Thursday took over. He was a weed dealer. I can't think of his name though. He lived in Indianapolis. I remember that. Didn't he like? Wasn't he the one that who went over on and on and on about Dak Prescott and how good he was? Yeah. What was his name? Deluxe, something like that. Okay. Um. Yeah, he was the 49ers. Yeah, the 49ers owner. That's right. Uh, I don't remember who the Edge took over for. Okay. I remember the Buccaneers owner was some crazy dude. Um, this was what, Big Tree? Man, surprised I remember that. And this was URL. He took over. I don't remember who he took over for. I think he took over before last year. McDowell. He wasn't here. The Browns was Homer. I don't remember who Chad took over for. This whole division, these are all OGs if I remember right. Or was Erickson a replacement? And then Naylor took over for somebody. I don't remember who. And yeah, this is the newest replacement here. So it's just me and Cash that are old OGs. And then Bolt took over somebody. Thrawn just took over for what's his name? And Leon. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean it's close. It's almost a half and half at this point. So that's what, 3 years in, 50% turnover. It's probably pretty good for 32 team league. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, we should figure something out. Yeah. Okay. It's time for me to eat now for real. We've been on here for like 90 minutes. Well, well, since you recorded, but we got on at like 4 o'clock. Food isn't good after 50 minutes. I tell you this. My dog's hungry. Oh, I didn't see you back here, dog. All my dogs are surrounding me because they want food. I'm gonna end this with one last thing. RJ Dube, are you on the? You're still on the clock. Uh, no, I don't want to get rid of Sutton. Bye to the audience. I'll see you guys later online, and we'll film at some point. Is there? Okay. Okay. Okay, Watkins. So I'll see you later then.